I feel like we were friends before anything happened. Really? Although I know you fancied me.
Hello guys, so we are tonight going to be doing a parenting Q&A.
Yeah, well it was an ask anything.
Ask anything,
Q&A.
Relationship, parenting, life. Abby did a pregnancy Q&A about a week ago now.
Yeah.
And she had some really good questions asked and it had a good response, so we thought why not do one where it's together.
That would be fun.
Thought it would be fun.
And also, I thought it would mix it up from just vlogs because it's pretty full on. So this mixes it up again. So this is day 16 of Vlogmas. And we just thought it would be a nice little switch it up.
Far? And reading through some of the questions before this, just now, I've seen some of them for the first time. A lot of them I've not actually thought about. So
I know. So
on
it's
this
nice.
video, it will actually be quick thinking answers sort of thing. Like this isn't pre-rehearsed. So.
Perhaps we should all.
Yeah, perhaps we should have. First one is, how long were you together before children? ? Capital X kiss.
I don't think you have to read the full. I would say a couple of years maybe. I think, although it was only a couple of
years.
Although it was only a couple of years, we travelled for a huge proportion of it. So we actually spent a huge amount of time together. It was it felt way longer than 2 years. Do you know what I mean? Like if we'd just been dating from home, 2 years might not have seemed.
It was like you get last year of uni and then another few years.
So
a couple of years on off. We went to school together when we were much younger. I don't think we spoke a lot. We had a lot of mutual friends.
A lot of my friends fancied him and would like talk about him, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, like Dunson. Because I just wasn't like interested in guys at that point in my life. Like I was so busy doing other things and I was really into sports.
Okay.
So I just didn't really wasn't interested in boys. And then I went to university in America, and then when I came back, you were really good friends with my best friend, Charlie. So shout out to Charlie, because she actually, without Charlie, I don't know if we would have ever met, realistically, because you and Callum were the first people that she introduced me to when I came back. Without Charlie and Callum, we might not even be here. So yeah, it is crazy really, but that's kind of how it happened. And we like became, I feel like we were friends before anything happened. Really? Although I know you fancied me.
Who's the messiest? Probably equal, to be fair. Neither of us
I don't
are
think
really messy.
we're that messy. I mean, obviously our house is like always a bit chaotic because we have a 2-year-old daughter. But I feel like by the end of I've learnt now that I used to literally follow Aurora around cleaning up, like behind her. And then I learnt that like you just cannot do that.
Let her do it when she's finished.
And then
in the corner of each room over there, you can't see it in the camera, we've got really nice baskets in most rooms, and at the end of the night everything just gets put in the basket, so she knows where her toys are. It's easy to clean, easily accessible, but throughout the house everything's generally quite tidy. Abby malts quite a lot, that goes everywhere. Drain plug sometimes disgusting.
gosh!
What?
That is so normal for most girls. Most girls watching this.
I've never lived with girls before this, so these are things I've never.
Yeah, well, wait, because you're about to have 2 daughters.
When you hoover, oh my god! When you hoover, you have the bit like at the front of the hoover. When you go over the carpets, it's like thick. It's almost like enough to make a teddy bear. Honestly, that's normal, I'm sure. But for me, that was some of the first things that. That's a completely different question, actually. Like things I wasn't sure of, but hair, clothes. We've probably got a similar amount of clothes, actually.
We have a similar amount of.
Neither of us are messy, to be honest.
Yeah, I think by the end of the day, the house is always back to how it starts the day, which is nice.
We should do a house tour. If you want to see a house tour, holla. Next question. What annoys you most about each other?
I don't like that question.
What annoys me? I just said. Hair. Sometimes she leaves all her clothes on the floor in the morning.
No, in the evening.
In the evening.
Yeah, but okay, can we just clarify why I do that? The reason I do that is because I go into my room and Aurora sleeps in our room, for those of you who don't know that. So it's like I either open our squeaky ass wardrobe and possibly wake her up, or I just leave my clothes in a pile. As soon as I wake up, I do move them. It's not like I... You're really trying to think of things that annoy you.
Well, of course, they ask a question, they want to know. Random, but is your hair naturally gorgeous? Naturally wavy, question mark, it's gorgeous. Yes, her hair is naturally wavy.
Yeah, I've got really, really curly hair, exactly like Aurora's actually, so I'm interested to see...
You've seen it, yeah. Aurora's hair is like...
I'm interested to see whether her hair follows suits and stays. I hope it does, because actually when I was younger, I never used to like my curly hair at all. But as I've gotten older, I love it. I really, really love it, so it's just a bit different.
What's some of the best parts of being a dada and mama? Question mark. For me, honestly, you don't actually know what love is until you have a child. I think for me it's so refreshing, isn't it? To just have that, just honestly you can't even describe it. Other parents will know. There's no bond and nothing. I wouldn't have ever thought that I'd particularly, not that I didn't want children early, but it just never really occurred to me about the whole kind of love for kids. I know everyone says it, you love your children like this and that, but honestly when you have a kid it's just like, wow. And that's probably the best thing. Seeing her so happy as well. Simple things that to any everyday person might not mean a lot, but seeing how excited she gets over something so simple kind of makes you appreciate more what actually brings out your own inner child.
Yeah.
It actually makes me a lot more happy now, doing really simple things that I would never do with friends or by myself, but doing with her, just hopping around the garden and just pretending to hop and pretending to have tea parties and just seeing how excited she gets really makes me happy. So, and watching her learn new things,
That's what I was going to say. Also, watching her learn and grow, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
I find this question really hard to answer because I can't actually get out what I...
And just notice, not even actually just teaching her things, but just noticing the way that she picks things up and the way she calls us names and the way she interacts with things. She's obviously picked up from how we are and how she's just growing into being a person. I love that. And just, yeah.
There is just nothing like it. I think when you have children is when you really understand that. And I think as a mum, I think a lot of mums will, I don't know if it's the same for dads, I don't know, but I think I can't remember or believe what I was doing before I had... But I think it might be a mum thing then, like my life seems so pointless before I had Aurora, like no purpose.
Yeah.
Like having Aurora has literally given me so much purpose and like fulfillment that I can't explain it.
You're trying to make her proud.
Yeah, and I don't know, everything... I don't know, and I think they also teach... I think you think that you're teaching them a lot, but really she's taught me more in the last 2.5 years than I've probably ever... I could ever have imagined, you know? But I don't think you really understand that.
You see a lot of yourself in them as well. It's lovely. What's 3 tips for new parents that you wish you knew when you first became parents? That's a good question.
I think like trusting your own instinct and like what you feel, because you get a lot of people I find that tell you what they would do or what they think is the right thing to do, and people genuinely I think try to help.
A lot of people.
And it is from a good place, but also every family or every partner dynamic is so different. But even if they've had children, what works for them and their family dynamics is so different.
Yes.
Because I've had, for an example, so many people, Aurora still sleeps in our room, and I can't tell you the amount of people who have said to me, that's going to ruin your relationship and all of these things, and it hasn't, because our relationship is obviously different to how their relationship, but for some people, it might. So I think you just have to go with what you think is 100%. Right, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's a good tip. That would be
all the books and all the vlogs like this that you can listen to and all the tips and all the podcasts on parenting, they all help, but there is no right or wrong. It is, as you just said, it's how it feels for you. Just do what's right, whether that be giving them what they eat, when they go to bed, how much TV they watch, or so many different things. Just do what feels right, sort of thing. Don't feel pressured.
But try not to stress, especially in the first few weeks or months, because it's so new and
the baby will fit into your schedule as well.
I think with us we were very relaxed with Aurora, and I think it made it a lot easier. Don't get me wrong, literally in the first few days she was born, I was actually scared to pick her up. And I'd held new babies before, but it was really frightening. I was terrified. Do you remember? I didn't even want to change her nappy. I was so scared of her hurting her or dropping her. And I feel like that's pretty normal. But if you can stress, the less you can stress, I feel like your baby's just so much more relaxed, and you know. And also, that goes for things.
Don't worry about things as well. Just give love and time.
That's a good one.
I think that's really important. A lot of people will just buy things and want this and just do nothing. I think the baby only wants you. I think that's the really most important thing. Just spend all your time with them. They don't need, from my personal opinion, and with Aurora, they don't need half the amount of stuff they're given. I know that's because we play with her a lot, but we've had all the bouncy toys and all this other stuff, but I just personally, it's again what works for you, doesn't it? That works for some parents, but for us that just didn't work. So just do what works for you, honestly. Why are you so adorable? What has been your greatest challenges and accomplishments?
What, as parents, or?
Could be as parents and in real life. And so obviously having Aurora, starting a family, growing up a lot, when we used to do a lot of travelling and we weren't really grounded. Having Aurora came as a big shock, and that was a big accomplishment, sort of fast forwarding to adulthood and parenthood all at once. Really coming out of university, which was a complete bubble of partying and, you know what I mean, coming straight out of
it doesn't really feel like real life uni in a way. I think when you live there, it's it's really surreal, which I think it's good, but
having a stable family as well, seeing a lot of how other people are in similar situations to us, being good to each other, being loyal, being happy. I think that's the most important thing, just to be, I know that sounds so cliche, but just get rid of the stress, anything that's kind of, just be happy, take everything back to basics and don't worry about so much, because I know so many people worry about so many things, so just mindset training, you know what I mean?
And talking. We were talking about this earlier, actually. I think
being open
talking and open with people is honestly one of the most important things. We're going a bit off topic now, but
so off topic. It's just a chat. This is the sort of normal thing that we'll speak about anyway.
We're just very open and honest with each other, and if something is not an issue, but annoying one of us, we will honestly just talk about it, and then it seems to be done.
That is an accomplishment, I think.
Having a good relationship.
That we're just in tune with each other.
Yeah.
which is something that it's just lucky. We're really blessed. Greatest challenges, obviously having Rue. I sold my car, no job.
And I think...
Right at the bottom.
I think also, we didn't even have... I was like heavily pregnant with Aurora, we literally had nowhere to live. And we had no car, no job. But I think it's also, like we were saying, staying calm and just relax. And I remember saying to you even then, like, just don't stress because everything will be fine.
Every little thing.
No, but seriously, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. Big up Bob Marley, Rasta.
But I think every day, as much as being a parent is the best thing in the world, it is also the most challenging thing I honestly have not slept a full night in 2.5 years. That is not an exaggeration. So it is, everyday parenting is challenging as much as it's really rewarding.
How many children do you want? Got one, and now the second one. So...
Yeah, I'm not just slouching like this for no reason, guys. This is the only way I can be comfortable. It probably might look really weird on the camera, but I can't sit comfortably.
Lean up against there.
Yeah, but then I'm just going to be like an actual potato.
We're happy with 2.
Look,
Two
honestly,
girls.
I would have been happy with Aurora,
Yeah.
but I kind of wanted her to have a brother or a sister, mainly a sister if I could have picked, but I would have been fine if she... I just wanted her to have a sibling. I grew up with siblings, and I just think it's such a gift.
Yeah.
You know, like it really is. So that's kind of why we thought we would have another baby. But I don't know if I would want 3. I'm such a close mum with Aurora. I mean, we are so in tune that I feel like if I had too many children, I think you'd find it to be so close with all of your children, and I just wouldn't be prepared. But I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. I've got a lot of love. I am a really loving person, but I don't know. We'll just see.
We're happy as we are now.
Yeah.
Are you glad you had a baby young?
Yeah. I mean, although it wasn't something that we were like thinking about at the time, I didn't ever think I would be an old mum. Like everyone in my family, well, like my mum and everyone like that, had
all young
children.
Parents. History repeats itself, as you say, so I should have saw that coming.
But also, I don't think we were like overly young. Like I think our perception of young parenting is really different because to me, if I'd been my mum when my mum found out we were having a baby, I said I'm really young, and my mum was literally like, "You're not very young." And when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, because to me I would have thought 19, 20 is young, but to you, your parents had you in 30s, so you were like, I was only 24 when I was pregnant with Aurora, and you were like, this is so young. So I guess it's your definition of young, because I don't think 24 was that young. But I think it has its perks as well, because I have a lot of energy. I don't know how, if I was an older parent, I would have survived on little sleep and running around. And also we get to grow up with her. Like in the last 2.5 years, I feel like I've grown up so much as a person. Yeah. But I'm growing with her, and
I'm much more mature now.
Yeah.
And I'm much more grounded and calm and
I just feel like throughout her stage of life, we're still going to be young. We can enjoy so much.
What you see is important completely changes, I think, when you have a child.
Yeah.
Do you think having a baby has ruined your sex life?
No.
No. No, it hasn't.
A lot of people worry about that, but I don't think it's not been an issue for us. And a lot of people, like I said, Aurora sleeps in our room. A lot of people have said that was going to absolutely ruin our sex life, and it hasn't. She's in her own bed. You know,
she's fast asleep. Yeah.
It's not. I don't know. I just don't even think about that. I actually just don't worry about stuff like that.
Sure, no. People grow up in caves. You know what I mean? Babies used to sleep. It's only recently that parents put their babies out of their room.
Yeah, but I think for some people that works. You know, for
That's why we're so close as a family. I don't think people appreciate that because they don't spend every day and every minute with us.
Yeah.
But honestly, we're like inseparable, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I think that's because we've grown up sort of together.
It's like a unit,
lived in the same room. Yeah, that's lovely actually that we're that close.
Yeah.
So.
But
no, yeah, it hasn't ruined our sex life. Pregnancy sex is hard though.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm like a whale now, and I don't actually. Do you know what? Can I just say this? I don't know if oh my god, if my dad watches this, he'll literally like throw up in his mouth. But I don't remember it being that difficult when I had Aurora. Like when I was pregnant with Aurora, like heavily pregnant, because it can make you either really horny or like the opposite when you're pregnant. But for me, like it's never really. I feel like it just hasn't really affected me. But this time around, oh my god, I just don't have the same energy. I'm just like, oh god.
Because we've got Aurora as well. That's why.
Yeah.
Aurora's knackering. She's so full on. I think my dad said to me a while ago. He said, "Oh, even when Aurora was much younger, this must have been over a year ago." And he said to me, obviously he's had 3 boys now, and he said, "Oh, you're gonna have your work cut out with that one." And that stuck with me, and it's so true. He's obviously seen all of us grow up, and he knows, wow, that is a child that she just knows what. And people in town, when we're walking with her, she just does what she wants. She knows what she wants.
She's very kind and good, and you can tell she's a very good person.
Yeah.
But she just takes no crap, and I think she's a real mix of our personalities. And I also think we're quite similar. But I'm very much like headstrong, and I think she's really got that. But I think it's a woman thing as well. I think my mum had 3 girls and 2 boys, and she said the girls were so much harder than the boys. But the girls were easier in the sense of like potty training, and they follow instructions much better, but they just do what they want. And that's what Aurora is.
But I think Aurora is live and hyper like that is because that's how we are. When I come home and when I'm playing with her, we'll rough and tumble and we'll be jumping around, and I've got so much energy, Abby's got so much energy, so Aurora naturally will have so much energy because that's what she's grown up.
Yeah, and so she needs to do stuff. She wants to always be doing stuff. Because
we're so confident. I feel I can go and speak to... I have no barrier in going up to a random group of people and just making friends, and that's what Aurora's like. She has no... We're honestly so lucky that
she does like genuinely walk up to people and be like, I'm Aurora Sky!
Yeah, she's just so full of love and happiness.
Yeah, she is. She's very caring and kind.
That was all the questions we got asked. Have any more questions?
Leave them in the
comments. Hope you're all enjoying Vlogmas.
And maybe we'll do another one of these type of videos if you like it, because it's nice for us to actually like sit down and talk.
Yeah.
To let you know a bit more about us.
I think we should do. Yeah, I think we should do more stuff like this.
Hope you enjoyed Vlogmas Day 16. And
I want to do another food challenge. I know you can't, but I desperately want to do a food challenge.
No, I could, but the thing is, I don't know if you guys watched
I don't know.
I'm a lover of food. I can eat a lot for a woman. After doing the Cocoa Pop challenge, I don't think I can ever force feed myself to eat like that again, because honestly, guys, I have never ever felt that sick. It was a different kind of sick. Like I think my sugar levels went too high. I don't know what it was. I have no idea. And Aurora beat us both.
She kept eating the whole time.
I know. That's because she never allowed sugared cereals. So she's silently just going through them. I think that was the first thing she'd ever actually eaten that was chocolate. Like proper chocolate. And the last. I don't think she's ever had something like that again. But maybe we'll do a food challenge, but not right now. And we will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas.